Hey guys, welcome to my Geek Rant for this review of Star Wars number 3, Marvel's ongoing comic book series. It's funny that we were just talking about I don't know if you guys are familiar, some of you aren't familiar, but I do a podcast with 3 other gentlemen, and we just did the season finale for Rebels. I'll put a link somewhere around here so you guys can watch that. But we were just talking about how the Rebels never lose, how they don't lose anything, and thus it's hard to find any threat to the Empire. And here we have this comic book where they start off losing pretty badly. You know, we have the slaves that they were trying to free. They're just getting shot up like all hell. We have Han and Leia like getting torn up by Darth Vader and the Walker. So it's crazy. I did find something kind of odd though. There is a portion of it where Luke is doing very, very well with his lightsaber. And it's kind of weird because I assume this is happening before Heir to the Jedi, where in that he rarely even used his lightsaber at all. I don't think he ever used it in combat, at least. He always used his blaster. And here in this comic, he's like just on a speeder going at probably several hundred miles per hour. And he's just, using his saber like it's easy, destroying walkers and other stormtroopers on the speeder. So it's kind of weird that he's so skilled, and this is supposed to be like a week or so after A New Hope. So I thought that was kind of weird. I think he's a little bit too powerful, even if it is against stormtroopers and walkers. I think I think they need to tone that down a little bit so we have, him getting better rather than him being good already. But I do guess that the one thing that he doesn't need to train for is being a pilot, which makes sense because he's a great pilot, so he'll always, be able to have that aspect good about him, which makes sense because I know Darth Vader attacks him in this comic again, in his own, I don't even know what that vehicle was. I think it was a new vehicle. It's like a shuttle. Looked like between an Imperial shuttle and like a tank in a way. But yeah, like Luke was evading and he, got out eventually. And of course, Darth Vader was being a badass again. I actually really liked the sequence between Overseer Agadine, I guess was his name, where he said the whole thing about his head. If you guys know what I'm talking about, that was really funny. I think the way they drew that was really awesome, and just the line itself was cool. By the way, the artwork in this comic book in particular is really, really good. I really enjoyed this one, probably the most out of all the other ongoing Star Wars comics. They always have the best action poses or just the best panel placement, and the plotting is very, very good, very concise. But really, there's not that much to say about this comic. The best thing about it probably was the ending. This one was it felt like it's kind of wrapping up this comic book. Felt like it was wrapping up the arc that was going on. Now it's moving on to a newer direction. But it ends off with Ben Kenobi's hut on Tatooine, and then there's like these two. It's cool they have like this little side story with these two criminals, I would say, criminals from Tatooine who are trying to dump off a body. They're dumping off a body in the Dune Seas, and they they go by Ben Kenobi's hut, and they're like, oh, that's an old wizard, no one messes with him, like leave him alone. And then they show a shot from inside, and there's a crate there that says for Luke. Now it's very funny because I was mentioning this in my Heir to the Jedi review, is that I thought that they should have kept that aspect that Luke learned from Obi-Wan's journal, and it looks like they might be veering back in that direction now. So I'm actually pretty confused. I'm not sure how integrated Heir to the Jedi is. I don't know how far off into the future it is, or if maybe Luke is about to go through the events of that right now, and then we'll see him journey to Tatooine to go get all the materials from Obi-Wan's hut. I don't know, but so far I don't know how the continuity is going to work out there. But this was a pretty good comic. It was solid, wasn't extraordinary, but wasn't bad at all. It was a little bit above solid. So you have that to look forward to. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say about the comic. It was, pretty good. Nothing bad about it. The best part about it for me was the ending and what it's leading into now, and I'm looking forward to what it's going to lead into. But that's it, guys. Peace, love, and may the Force be with you. Always.
They both held immense power with their use of the Force, Yoda as the avatar of light, Bane as the nexus of the dark.
No, why are you mowing your lawn right now? I'm recording a Let's Play.